What up, you guys? So, I had somebody suggest that I react to the updated version of this video. I'm 29 and still never had a girlfriend, and that's okay. So, Mr. Gaming Guitars, before we jump into this video, man, I do want to say something, man. I think that I got to give him credit for coming online and actually talking about this experience. It's a very personal one, and it just sucks that, it went viral. Dude almost hit 1 million views, and so many guys are reacting to this video, and kind of dogging on him or supporting him. But yeah. So I just want to say that. Now let's go ahead and get into the reaction, man. I haven't watched it before, so
Hey, everyone. It's me, Mr. Gaming Guitarist. But of course, I don't want you to have to spell out the words Mr. Gaming Guitarist over and over again. My name is Jaren. It's just Aaron with a J in front. So, I wanted to make this video because I've been live streaming a lot more often lately, and the and I keep getting asked the same question so many times in the chat room whenever I live stream. People keep asking me, "Hey, do you have a girlfriend yet?" And my answer to that is no. But I already know how far I've come because you can tell I can say that with a smile on my face, and I'm okay with that because it doesn't matter. Because ever since I made that video, more than I think, yeah, more than a year ago, back in April of 2022, I think it was, I made that video titled "I'm 27 and I never had a girlfriend." When I look back at that video, I am so proud of the progress that I've made, because ever since that video happened, I want to say beginning in October 2022, but I didn't really start to do it regularly until January of this year. I really made a conscious effort to start meditating. That has made the single biggest difference in my mental health, way more than any of the antidepressant medication ever did for me.
you know what, man? I think I'm about to start doing some fucking meditating in the morning, bro. Like, I see so many people talk about how this changes life, but on a serious note, I really want to be serious about this, and I just want to say, man, um, I can't remember what I said last time when I watched this video, but I think that, like, for him to come out and say this, we are actually listening to a guy that I hate to like. I feel weird saying it, but like I'm kind of proud of him, man. I have a newfound sense of like respect for him to go through this because life is not easy. You can be an attractive guy and still, have some tough times, man. It's life is on very difficult mode right now, and it only makes it worse when you get the bad hand at genetics and confidence and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a terrible looking guy, but it really is about that personality, man. Like, yo, bro, I've known some very ugly, atrocious ass guys who got plenty of women because of their personality. And then I know very pretty attractive ass fucking dudes who can't get girls because their personality, the way they talk, the way they get goofy or something, you know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine what it's like to be on that side, right? I'm not 6 foot, but I'm not 5'4". You know what I'm saying? I'm mixed. I'm literally average height man. I can only imagine what it would be like if I was 5'3", 5'4" as a guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's like to be 6 foot. 6 foot guys and not taller have a different life experience than, you know. I'm pretty sure they'd be like, damn, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be 5'9" or 5'10" or 5'4" or 5. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I can't I can't relate. I can't relate, man. I can't relate, but I can understand. I can understand, man. And good for him.
And the biggest difference that I've noticed is, after reflecting back on the person that I was in that video, what I've realized was, and this might be extremely obvious to everyone who watched that video, but I just had a very clingy, desperate attitude or desperate mindset, because I learned, knowing what I know now, I was putting other people. Oh shit, someone just subscribed to me. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know how you say that. I think that's Otto. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, where was I? I was trying to
Come
make my
on.
emotional needs met
Fuck. Get it
by
out.
pretty girls that I was interested in, instead of trying to search for that on my own, feeling comfortable, feeling validated all by myself
Nah, fuck that.
without needing anyone
No,
else's
no,
approval.
no. Fuck that. Fuck that. You, bro. Like I'm gonna be honest about this, man. A lot of people may not agree with this or not, but like, bro, you as a guy, you need to get confirmation from pretty ass girls, man. That makes you feel good. Yeah, you can get confidence on your own, but having that fucking acceptance and having like attractive women that you're very attracted to fuck with you hard is a very different feeling. We're not about being average. We're not about having an intrinsic sense of worth. That's great. That's good. That's good to have. But you gotta fuck some bad bitches, bro. You gotta have some bad bitches that like you. You got to have that experience at least once, preferably a lot, but at least once, man. At least once, bro. And you gotta acknowledge the fact that the confidence that you get from very attractive women fucking with you is a very different, very visceral, very real and raw and powerful form of confidence, man. And so I just didn't want him to sit here and belittle that fact. Yes, self-worth and self-value is important, but bro, you gotta get some bitches, bro. It's just a different feeling, man. I'm sorry.
Now, that is still something that I'm still working on. It's still something I'm struggling with. But the mere fact that I can say that out loud on this camera just proves to myself how much progress that I've already made and how much more progress I'm continuing to make. Because now, it's funny, because I used to think of that video, because I was not expecting that video to make 400,000 views
Almost a
at all.
mil.
It
Almost a
just
mil
wasn't.
now.
And yet, it was such a huge shock. Because I was expecting, of all the videos I made, that was the one that gave me the audience I have now. So I won't dare be mad at it, because without showing others my pain, being 100% honest with how I felt at that moment, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be at the 9,000 subscribers that I'm at right now. Because the biggest thing I've learned is you have to follow your passion. All right? You can't let women, or, it doesn't matter. This applies to anybody. Whoever you are attracted to, you can't let that be the source for getting you out of bed every day. And I can say meditation absolutely was the first step towards getting to how I am right now. But the other thing is practicing the things that you're passionate about. For me, the thing that I've been passionate about, the thing I've always wanted ever since I was 14, was I wanted to be able to make a living on YouTube. And, because of that video that so many people saw, 400,000, which is still, which is just still surreal to me, but I am forever grateful because it captured a snapshot, it captured a moment of time, and nearly 500,000 people saw that moment in time. But I used to be embarrassed about it. I used to feel a lot of shame and anger and guilt about all of that until I learned, no, we are leaving that. I'm going to leave that video on this channel because it shows, look at where I am now. Because here's the thing, it's okay to want, to be in a relationship, but you can't crave it. You can't need it. That's the thing. Like, women that anytime I go out and I see a woman I'm interested in, the biggest thing that I have to remind myself over and over again until it just becomes second nature is you have to be okay with your life, whether she's interested in you or not. That is the biggest thing that I'm still working through, but I'm aware of it now.
All right. I wanted to let him talk for a little bit. My personal opinion on this is I think he's saying some very great things. I think that this is it's the self-worth, don't let that control you type of deal. Yeah, it's like we've heard that many times. But I want to add on to it. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with him, right? I want to add on to it. We're in a different time period right now, right? 2024 going into 2025, the world's differently. The world is very different, right? It's not as easy for a lot of men, especially the older you get, to get into very loving, very organic and natural relationships. The reason why I say that is because it becomes increasingly difficult to even be in a situation to form those types of relationships with women. A lot of people have jobs that are working remote. I've been working remotely for the past 4 or 5 fucking years, you know what I'm saying? And so the relationships that I would build had I been in person just don't happen as much anymore, right? They call them work husbands and work wives for a reason. You spend most of your time at the job, and so it only makes sense that people sleep around with people that they work with, right? And so that was a big form of a lot of people's sexual relationships. That was a big chunk of mine, for sure. It was about half, I would say, of all of the women I've slept with. I wouldn't say half actually. I'll say probably like a good quarter. I'll say probably a good quarter, if that actually. I don't know, but regardless, you got to shoot your shot, man. I know people say, "Oh, it's not the era of shooting your shot anymore," but fuck, bro. Sometimes you just gotta shoot your shot. Sometimes you just gotta shoot your shot, and then from there, yeah, you do gotta kind of move on and be accepting of your life, but you can't get stuck on it. You can't get stuck on the rejection, man. You got the way that I see it now. For me personally, when I go shoot my shot and a girl ain't interested, I'm just like, all right, I'm on to the next one. Because at the end of the day, she probably dodged the bullet. Because I know for me, I just want to fuck her, and I'm gonna have so many different. I'm gonna have other girls. I'm gonna do the exact same thing I'm doing to her. I'm gonna do to like 100 other women. For real, you know what I'm saying? So I see it that way because that's what that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just owning up to how I am, and I can't feel bad for her for choosing for what she want to do. But there are women, and I have experienced women who just love me for whatever fucking reason. Very extremely attractive women who just love me for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why. I feel like I've looked ugly as hell in certain time periods of my life, but for some reason drove those women crazy. And so I know in my heart, because of experiences I've had, that somebody and some girl, it's only a matter of time, only a matter of approaches, only a matter of DMs or whatever, that a very fucking attractive, crazy, freaky chick is gonna come my way, because I've had them before. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a different type of confidence based off of experience versus intrinsic meditational hearsay kind of confidence. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to take much away from him. I'm not trying to take it. He's giving some great advice, because a lot of men just will not be able to ever like experience that type of thing. I feel like in my personal experience, I haven't experienced enough. I've experienced some, but I haven't experienced enough. And so I would absolutely. I need me some big titty goth bitches. For real, that's what I want, you know. But I'm at the point where I've had a certain flavor of woman for so long that now I'm at the point where I want to choose specifically. I don't have to be just take what I get anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of feeling that you can get, man. It's liberating. You know what I mean? So that's just all I'm trying to say.
And when I feel it, I'll know what it is, and I can stop it dead in its tracks. And I know, believe me, if you're going through that as well, and if you saw that video of mine and said, hey, I can relate to it, then please listen to what I'm saying here. It's not the end of the world, okay? Because I have major depressive disorder, I have general anxiety disorder, I have social anxiety disorder, all officially diagnosed with those three things. But you can't let those, like, you know, if you are also have those things, or if you are really struggling emotionally, of course, please go talk to a therapist, because
Man, you know what he really needs? You just need to be around some niggas, man. like honestly, bro, you just gotta be around some, bro. Just get around some black dudes, some, and not just any old black dudes, man. You need, bro. Come to the trap. I will take your ass to the trap, bro. Come. You will change, bro. You be around, bro. Just get some crazy hood street friends, bro, and you be alright, man. You be alright. Social anxiety, man. Fuck all that shit, bro. The nigga fuck with you the wrong way, we it's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, dude, it ain't even gotta be all this social anxiety stuff. I know some people, there's a lot of people experiencing that, and I'm sorry if you relate to this, you don't like what I'm saying, and I'm being harsh, but I'm only trying to be as real as I can from a different perspective, from my perspective, you guys. That's the only, like, you know what I mean? So like, I used to be that kind of guy back in my early teens. But I decided to get out of it by putting myself in certain situations where I was forced to become a different person. That's what it's about. You don't just accept your social anxiety. You don't just accept your anxiety. You combat that shit, man. That's what you're born to do. That's what a man does. You fight back. You don't let it control you, man. We're about freedom. That's what the male, like, that's what the male, the divine masculine wants to do. Lead, control, fight. You know what I mean? You don't let that shit control you, bro. No. But I think this is where the beta, sigma, alpha bullshit comes into play. If I don't necessarily all the way believe the beta, alpha, male bullshit, whatever, but if I were to, this is some beta type stuff, man. And there are beta men out there, and this sounds like it. You know what I mean? So good for him, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's accepting a lot of different things. You know what I mean?
trust me, I know I want to do that as well, but I can't afford it right now. But that's okay, because if you can, please do it, because you'll never know unless you try something. Because I used to get stuck with this attitude of, well, what's the point in even trying if I know I'm gonna fail? Well, that's the thing. How the hell do you know that you're gonna fail at something if you don't try? But that's the other thing too. is even if you do fail,
That's a good point.
so what? Keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I guess I'm wearing green, so
No,
it fits.
I actually agree with that. Yes. Here's something that I feel like, he said that's great. Once you fail at something, you can't be afraid to fail, right? Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Even if you fail, you learn something. I keep failing failing trading evaluations. Keep fucking failing them. I just failed one today. But I keep learning. Keep fucking learning, man. You keep going and you become better. You don't keep making the same mistakes. You slowly start to transform yourself to be a better person so that you can get the outcome that you desire. It's not doing the same thing over and over every single time the same way. You do it, fail, learn from your mistakes, do it a little bit better next time. If you fail again, learn from that mistake, tweak it, do it a little bit better again next time, So I like that. I like that, man.
But it's exactly like what Yoda said in The Empire Strikes Back. Do or do not. There is no try. So maybe I should have been saying the word try in that entire thing, the last few paragraphs. But anyway, the biggest thing, the other things that I wanted to talk about was how I operated or how my mindset was, because whenever I would meet a pretty girl I was interested in, I would go out and I would just walk up, say, "Hi, my name's Jaren, how are you?" And then take it from there. I wouldn't have, knowing what I know now, don't have any expectations, because the problem is I would keep being so delighted by my conversation, having a great time, but the problem is I invest way too much, way too quickly, because let's say, for example, before you meet each other, you're like right here. But then all of a sudden, you start to feel so good, like, holy shit, I can't believe she's actually having a conversation with me. And then all of a sudden, your level of investment, like, holy shit, I want her in my life, that starts to go here, but her interest level in you is still here. And then you text her. She doesn't respond back. Your level of attachment continues to get higher and higher and higher. But then she sees, oh shit,
what?
But you realize she's not responding to you. And then it gets like this.
What?
But then that means her interest keeps getting lower and lower and lower and lower until I would eventually draw my constant need of wanting to know that she acknowledges me.
Wow.
I'm not very good at this.
Wow.
I used to be good at talking to a camera, but
Wow, man.
I'm still.
Man, this is a learning experience for me too, because I'm learning what kind of mindset he has. I think this is interesting because we're really getting a deep inner dialogue on what happens in a guy like his mind. Because, and I know in my mind, man, if a girl don't text back, I'm like, fuck her. like honestly, I'm like, oh man, whatever, fuck it. That's why I already got like 3 other chicks I'm talking to, type shit. You know what I mean? It's about the abundance. It's about the abundance. But I understand there are stages and steps to it. I know there was one thing that my mom said to me that I kind of agreed with for a while, but now that I'm older, I kind of don't agree with. And she told me, she was like, it kind of saves some things for later in life. I think that was I think it was intended well. And I think honestly, it probably saved me from making some earlier mistakes that I could have been prone to, quite honestly, because had she just let the reins loose, I probably would have been a wild boy. But I think that there are some things you got to experience at an early age. I think that as a teenager in high school, you should experience love. You should experience relationships. You should experience all that kind of stuff. So by the time you go into college, you've already done all that stuff. Have some more relationships. Then by the time you get out in the real world, 23, 24, you've had a lot of you got some experiences under your belt. So as a guy, it's important to kind of get through these things like earlier on the better, bro. The earlier on the better. If there's one thing that women do love, is experience, bro. It's experience, man. And experience builds confidence. And so, he's still at like stage 1 or 2 of getting excited about a woman talking to him. Bro, this shit don't count until we in the same room, me and you together, or maybe your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, but me and this girl, we got it. Like, it don't matter to me until we alone. That's when it counts, right? Then that's when I can say I got a W or a L, right? If we alone and ain't nothing go down, you know what I'm saying? But the feelings were there, that's a L. But if we did do it, that's a big ass W. I had a couple L's. I had a couple very attractive girls alone, me and them, and I fumbled the bag. That's a L. And I just gotta take it up as it is. But that's the point. That's the point right there, right? That's where our minds are different, right? It's not just having a conversation. What the fuck? I can have all kinds of conversations with all kinds of people. Hey, bro, what? Conversation is nothing. When we get into that room together, me and this girl, this is when it really counts, right? And to me, that's where it counts for me. That's where I get my emotions a little bit involved, right? If we get there and she was feeling it and for some reason I just dropped the ball or whatever, I feel bad and I'll probably be texting them like, damn, like, hey, let's try it again. Hey, what's up? Let's go do this. Let's go do that. You know what I mean? But then after the second text, I don't do double texting anymore. I do double text. I do double text. I don't do triple text. I don't do triple text. Nope. Triple text, you gotta respond to me. I'm out of there. I'm out. Even double, and you don't respond after the double, I'm unfriending you. There's no point. We ain't talking. What? I'm just a fucking floater. I'm a orbiter. Nope. No way.
Still trying to practice this. So, anyways, as long as you have that energy, that's not going to work. Because what I realized was I was looking for her approval in order to feel good.
Bro, you just need some
now
pussy.
I know that's not right.
Just need
that's
some pussy.
Not the way to do it.
I'm gonna tell you what I think he needs. It's in for Family Guy. Remember, Peter called Meg a starter girl. You just need a starter girl, man. That's where I'm at, honestly. That's where I'm at right now. You gotta, if you ain't had something in a long time, or if you've never had it before, you gotta start off with baby steps, bro. You can't automatically go for a fucking Megan Fox type chick. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start off with Amy Schumer, maybe. Not me, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe for him, maybe that's what it takes. You gotta level up, when your feelings aren't as involved, you learn certain things, and then you could take that to the next relationship and stuff like that, and to the point where fucking around with tens is nothing. For me personally, I just don't like the personalities of tens, man. It's just too much to deal with, bro. Like, I like it, but like, I don't like all this high maintenance and stuff. So for me, a solid 8. That's good for me, man. I need a solid ass 8. That's perfect. 10, she usually either crazy or she got some crazy. Like, it's just not worth it. It's usually not worth it for me. If she's not submissive to me, if she's not extremely attractive to me, it's not worth it for me to try to raise her attraction in me to get cooperation. It's just not worth it. It almost is never worth it for me. Yeah, it feels good when you get it. And I think that you should do it once or twice, maybe a couple times, right? You should really try for that bad chick. But then after a while, once you've had your fill of bad chicks, you gotta realize, man, there's a fine line that you need to compromise. That's your like sweet spot. How much are you willing to compromise in looks for cooperation? For me, 8. I can't go lower than like a fucking 7. If I'm gonna take her seriously, she gotta be like an 8 or above. At least an 8. 9, definitely. But if she's like a 10 in my book, I'm definitely trying, but I don't expect anything real to flourish from a 10. So
So, what is the right way, in my opinion? What is it? Just go throughout your day, but don't let other women be the end all be all of whether you're having a good day or whether you're having a bad day. Because guess what? Now, then, well, hopefully, if whenever I get a car again and I can finally start pursuing my passion of, wanting to be a better musician
You ain't got no
and
car,
also
fam?
wanting to do live streaming and uploading videos on YouTube for a living. I'm going to continue working on that, but along the way, if I get rejected, so what? And just trust me, once you start to adopt this mindset, you will feel so much better. Please trust me, because if you were anything like I was in that video, I know how you feel. Believe me, I was there.
Yeah.
But I want to recommend 3 people to watch, all right? Because these 3 helped me the most, helped me shift into this new mindset that I'm
AMS.
slowly developing.
AMS.
Right?
AMS.
First person is Dr. K from the channel Healthy Gamer GG. I started watching him, I want to say about maybe March, or no, not March. It was like May of 2022. He is a therapist, but I forget if he's a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I think he's a psychiatrist. Just the way he explains stuff, it felt like when I started watching his videos, it felt like he was describing me better than I could describe myself. It was shocking. So I recommend watching him. I also recommend watching Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh,
It was
God.
watching his interviews.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. I think this is enough, man. It's got 4 minutes left of the video. My issue with the people that he's listing off, you guys, is that sometimes, and this is coming from a guy who got fucking I got scholarships to go to Mizzou D1 for an engineering. I got wrote in on engineering scholarships. Your boy was intelligent. I am intelligent. I'm fucking, academically, right? But that's not the answer to everything, man. You can't sometimes, and what I mean by this is that sometimes the therapist doesn't always have the right words, man. It's not always about the medical shit. There's it's kind of like the whole holistic things, how medicinal herbs, and there's the media is trying to say that medicinal natural herbs and plants just aren't real and they don't work. That's fucking baloney, man. Sometimes some shit really does work that's natural, you know what I mean, like this the plants. And so what I mean to say is that sometimes it takes some just off the cuff, get in the streets, get in with the people that are doing the thing, bro. One book that kind of led me into the red pill was the Game by Neil Strauss, man. There was a whole group of pickup artists, man, and they would go out with the groups of men and teach them how to pick up women. That was a thing, and I think it still is a thing. People clown it, but it's a great thing to have, because people like him get to be around the energy of a guy that's slaying. You know what I'm saying? That's different than just hearing, oh, hey, you got fucking medical terminology for things. Yes, your social anxiety. The reason why is because the pheromones that the women exude makes you feel a little bit more nervous because it naturally spikes up your heart racing. Like, no, bro, you don't need that shit. No, it's like sometimes it's as simple as, when this girl gives you a certain look in the eyes, that's when you just go talk to her, right? Just ask her like, "Hey, how's your day going? I saw your dress, and it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was, at least you say different because you don't want to automatically come off like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. That was the best looking dress. No, you say, it's looking a little different. So what's your name? Type shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, all right, what you doing out here? Yeah, you from out here? Okay, word. Well, look, I just want to say what's up. You ladies want to have a good night, something. I'm gonna be over there with my boys. Yeah, come slide through. Here, add me on Snapchat or whatever, Instagram real quick. Get the Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Jam out with your boys. You know what I'm saying? Don't even really, give her a little glance here and there to see what she doing. She looking. If you catch her looking at you once, bro, she's thinking about you. And then from there, don't look at her the whole rest of the day, the whole rest of the night. You just jam out, just hang out with your boys. You having a good time. Fuck it. Some other girls come talk to them too. Because at the end of the day, she gonna see that you ain't no weirdo. You can see that she ain't the only thing on your mind. And you having a good time for yourself, bro. And this is something that you can't teach in a book. You can't teach this shit in a book. You gotta be you gotta really be out there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my only problem with it. And I'm not mad. I'm just passionate. I can see why people understand. They think that I'm like mad. I'm not mad, bro. I'm trying to like put emphasis on that fact. You know what I'm saying? It's about being in there sometimes. You know what I mean? It's really about being in there sometimes. It's a good mix to have the medical terminology behind it. Sometimes, bro, this shit just gotta come from the heart. So, but anyways, W Gaming Guitarist. I hope he has some great successes, man. This is interesting. World times are interesting, man. He was at 9,000 when that video came out, and now he's almost at 20,000. And hope some good things happen. You never know what could happen. Shit, 2 years from now, he could be at 100,000. You know what I'm saying? And he could just be living a good life. You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Gaming Guitarist, man, I give it to him. So, anyways, it's your boy Trey, man. I'm out.